Hello, Pharmalife family.
Hello.
Here we go. I mean, it's been absolutely amazing this rainy season 2019. Weather's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Guests have been amazing. In particular, that these two guys. Well, anyway, Pharmalife family. I always forget introductions sometimes, but this is Sanjay and Jay. And you guys have been coming here now. This is your third time,
Third time.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually the first two times you've come here for like a week,
Yeah.
right? Talk about your experiences during those couple of weeks. You know, those two times.
They were kind of short,
Yes.
but we had a good experience.
Mhm.
The only way I can describe is Jay was sad last day leaving from here.
Yep, I remember that.
That's how best I can describe it. Yeah.
I remember that, and I tell you what, for those of you out here, those of you out there in YouTube land, you know, those of you that want to come here and you think, you know, let's say you're a single parent, you know, and you want to come and do kind of a deep healing, but you have a teenager, you know, it's happened. It's worked. There's been father-sons, there's been mother-daughters, and of course the vice versa. That's happened. It's possible. And I tell you what, this guy Jay here, I remember the first couple of times that you guys arrived, he didn't know how to swim. I forgot to mention that. He didn't know how to swim, and now he can swim. And remember, that was like a goal, right? So we were at Nyaka, the currents were kind of strong, this is a waterfall, and you guys were like, okay, we're going to get him some swimming lessons. And now he comes back, and I would say he's pretty much an intermediate swimmer now. He's a pretty darn good swimmer. High five. He was able to jump off the waterfalls, whereas before, right, you were really scared to do that.
I couldn't even swim a little bit.
Yeah, he couldn't swim. So, I mean, you know, you're naturally going to be very scared at some of these waterfalls if you can't swim. And they're dangerous if that's the case. And so a goal was for him to come back and learn how to swim, and he has. And he was able to jump off Nyaka, jump off Peace Falls, and swim and really, yeah, absolutely, and really enjoy the magic of the waterfalls. And Peace Falls was magical.
How old are you, Jay?
12.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, and he's a pretty darn good swimmer now.
Now you just spent a month with us.
Yeah, and so let's, you know, now here you are, and I remember the end of last time, you know, a couple of times, the first time and the second time, you're like, Brian, show me this, show me that, and there's like 2 days left, you know, and I'm like, there's, you know, and you was like, okay, next time I'm going to come a month, and I'm really going to wrap my head around healing type 2 diabetes, right? You've got the type 2 diabetes.
17 years, yeah.
17 years you've had type 2 diabetes. And, you know, it's interesting, it's funny, I'll digress a little bit, because it was a picture that you guys showed, and Dan, you've done quite a transformation, my friend, because there was a picture, and I don't know if we can put it up on the YouTube as I don't know, maybe we can somehow slide it in there, I don't know, my wife is the amazing computer person, but there was a story that I overheard you guys talking about at the dining hall, where you were taking Jay to school, and people asked Jay, oh, that's your grandfather, you know, and because you're a very big guy, right? You know, you were
overweight.
quite overweight, gray hair,
you had a lot of fat in your face,
a lot of big puffy face, and you did. I mean, when people are overweight and unhealthy, they look older, right? That's just normal.
You like the story, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool story, and I remember that was a catalyst, right, for you. That was sort of a catalyst for Sanjay. Sanjay said, okay, wait a minute. I don't want my son's, you know, friends saying that I'm his grandfather, you know, and so that was sort of the catalyst, the kickoff, and so now here you are, just a few days away from 30 days, and you've done real well, you know. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I have had diabetes from the last 17 years, and I have been struggling. I must have read like 30 plus books, followed them. My home is a mini CVS. Even my cleaning lady says pills everywhere, you know. So I've had at least like maybe 100 plus bottles, literally. At home, I've tried everything, every supplement. It will help some, but it was not consistently helping. So then I kind of delved into a little bit of intermittent fasting. So I read about it. And I was able to do some, but I was not able to do it consistently. So after coming here for 30 days, and I skipped dinner almost every night except one night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to do it without any loss of energy, because I would take coconut
great.
water, I would take green juice in the morning. and I would eat the fruits. And I would do the breakfast and lunch, and I will do my best to skip the dinner, and I didn't feel hungry. And I was actually, for some reason, my line of work, I worked more here in the last 1 month than I worked in the last 2-3 months. And it's my cycle of business. So I didn't feel energy. I will sometimes I'll go to bed at 12 o'clock and wake up 5:30. I will do 1 hour of work and then go to yoga at 7 a.m. And I felt great. I literally, after doing the fasting, and 2 days I did only green juice. And
you saw some great results there, right? When you did the green juice, so you would do so basically what you were doing, what was interesting is that he has, what do they call that? The blood,
meter.
a blood meter, a blood testing meter, a blood sugar meter. And every morning he would test. And you got to see on days where you're doing the green juices and on days where you were very strict with the diet, just fruits and vegetables, fruit smoothies, greens. Your goal was to get it down to 90, right? And when you came, it was around, 120 something, 118?
It would 120, 130, 120, 130.
120, 130, right?
Morning sugar, yeah.
And there were a couple of days, right? There were 2-3 days here where you did the 2 days of green juices, right? And you were down, one day was 64.
One day was 66, actually. One day was 66.
Incredible.
One day was 84. So 2 days out of 30 days, I was below 90. And that was my
230
goal.
below 90.
Yeah, that was my goal.
That was your goal, 90.
And 4 days, total 4 days below 100.
So 4 days below 100 and 2 days below 90, which was your goal. And now, Farmer Life family, I can say this. Type 2 diabetes, it's one of the only times I can guarantee, right? Because there's so many other factors that are included in health. But type 2 diabetes is one of the few that if a guest comes here, I can pretty much guarantee you'll cure it. Because it's a lifestyle, right? And you were doing the yoga, right? You were doing the exercising, going to the waterfalls, and you were changing your diet to more fruits and vegetables. And you saw that when you did those days you got under 90, you were doing green juices and fruits, right? Just a little bit of that.
No, actually, those 2 days.
Those 2 days were no fruit.
No fruits, only one green juice in the morning. Literally 0 fruit.
Right.
And nothing in. I would just had some green teas and water. Green teas and water.
Green teas and water. Okay.
All day long.
And then under 100, what were those two type?
Those were actually, I would do light fruits and green juice, and maybe 1 or 2 coconut water and green juice.
Right. So basically, out there, I think one of the things that as we take a look at this, so we're talking about coconut water, green juices, and light fruits. If you were to do that and give your pancreas a full rest for even a more extended period of time, you would be completely under 90. I mean, you would be a complete cure. So now talk to us a little bit. So Sanjay, our boy Sanjay. So for those of you that want to come and bring, a single parent that want to bring, a teenager, Sanjay rented a car the whole month. And he knew the area, and he knew there was a sports complex an hour away from here, and Jay likes to play basketball. And I warned our friend Sanjay a little bit, right? I just said, look, it's when we leave the farm, the temptations are there to eat, I wouldn't say bad, but to eat foods that are going to spike those blood sugars. Little goodies or little snacks or something like that. And of course we all have emotional bonds to food. That runs strong in our culture. It just does. It runs strong in the Indian culture, it runs strong in the American culture, it runs strong in every culture. And so when you have an illness where you have to adjust to your diet, it's hard. It's not easy. And I mentioned that to you, and I told Jay to police you a little bit. And we talked a little bit about the love equation that I like to use to kind of stop bad habits. Everything in your life, right? Is like, hey, I love this, but does it love me back? And then take a few deep breaths. I love this, does it love me back? And if the answer is no, go do something that loves you back. Go eat something that loves you back. Anything in your life that loves you back, that reciprocates, But again, in the human experience is perfectly imperfect, right? So you had a few cheat days, and tell us a little bit about what your blood sugars were.
Yeah, actually, it was more of a mental control. I will lose the mental control, especially like when Jay is eating and the food is so good and attracting me, and I would have actually the problem I had is if he's eating, I don't touch his food or don't take a bite, I was fine. But whenever I took a bite from his food, something will trigger in my brain,
Triggers.
and I would like lose control. I would lose control, and I will end up having a full meal.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that, Sanjay, because probably some of the chemicals, right? We know sugar's a drug, right? And so whatever he was eating, just a little bit, you know, the food industry, they're not stupid, right? So just a little bit, it's a little bit of a drug. Oh, I gotta have more. I gotta have more. It's kind of like methamphetamine, you know, or crack. I mean, food can be like that. Just that first bite, and you gotta have more. You gotta have more. You gotta have more. You know. And so
Actually,
that's what you're doing.
I want to also clarify. Those times I was not physically hungry. It was
Yeah.
just that mental
The
trigger
mind thing.
made me crazy, and I was not physically hungry. I could have gone without the food.
Yep.
But that mental trigger, I couldn't do it. And once I ate the full meal, and then my brain was happy, and my stomach was still full.
Yeah.
Energy level there was not energy level change in energy level, and my blood sugar will like be high next day.
Yep. So the blood sugar would pop up the next day. You know. So these are good things for those of you out there that have type 2 diabetes. You know, that, you know, just fruit and vegetable diet in time will heal the pancreas and a lifestyle change.
And just clarify for the audience, like it's fruit and vegetable and separate the fats, fat is a separate meal.
Yeah, exactly. You want to really be properly food combined. You want to keep fat completely out of the diet for a little bit, right? You kept fat completely out of the diet. You ate fruits, green juices, herb teas, coconut water, and that was it. You need to stay away from overt fats. What are overt fats? Nuts and seeds and avocados. Those things you have to stay away from for a little while to have a nice light diet to allow your body to have enough energy to heal that pancreas. And of course, Sanjay's well on his way. You know, we discussed now with you going back, now you just have to balance, you have to experiment some to find that balance with the proper diet. And when you do, you'll get under 90.
And that's my goal, ultimate goal, and I got
Sure.
actually a lot of mental control here. I mean, I still have to work on some more, but I am more confident now than I was 30 days ago to control more. And that's what I actually gained some from here. And thank you, Brian and Jody.
You're welcome.
And Brian always has been, you know, saying that I'm going to apply that mantra. I have done some, but not 100%. I'm going to apply that mantra that food does not love me back. So I'm going to apply that and take it back home.
Yep.
From here.
Absolutely.
And I'm
that's
going to
great.
give an update later on what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on my statistics.
Yeah.
How it is going. Yes.
You better, man. I mean, you're a Farmer Life family member now. I mean, third time. I'm sure you'll be back again.
We will be. He's already talking about coming back.
Nice. And I'm really hoping that the next time you come back, your type 2 diabetes is pretty much
That's my
gone.
goal,
It's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
You know, you can come here and you don't have to worry about. You don't even need maybe to use the stick. You can just eat your fruits and vegetables and green juices, and you're fine. And with a little bit of discipline, you'll knock it out, no problem.
Yeah, sure. That's my goal, the ultimate. I think my goal is in 2-3 months I should be able to bring it back below 90.
Yeah. And Dr. J here, this guy's Jay, Dr. J. He likes to play basketball. We call him Dr. J. You had a good time here, huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
We played a lot of cards. A lot of
Played
rummy.
cards. This guy's smart. He can a Rubik's Cube. Anyway, you out there in TV land, Rubik's Cube. That's tough, right, to figure those things out. And one day we messed it up for him completely. And what was it? 45 seconds, I think. 50 seconds.
My best is 15 seconds.
15 seconds is his best to figure out to solve a Rubik's Cube.
And one night, well, there are a lot of teachers here on campus, so we gave him an assignment to give a presentation. He did a
Yep.
nice job.
He did very
For
good.
his
He
summer
gave a
break.
presentation. He did amazing to the group. He's amazing. And what would you say about the farm? You know, I mean, you were here a month, right? Remember that first day you were a little worried? As any teenager, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. There's not a lot of stuff to do for most teenagers. But again, Dad rented a car. You were able to go play basketball at a sports complex that was an hour away. But what's your thoughts on the farm a little bit here at the end?
If you're a teenager, it's not hard at all. Like, just bring some stuff that you can bring from home. Like, let's say, as in my case, a Rubik's Cube. I brought like 2 or 3, and if you don't know how to solve one, you can go to my channel. I have a video on how to solve it. So
Cool. And what's your channel's name?
Channel.
What's your channel's name?
my channel's name, it's a bit weird. The channel name is Pumpernickel Productions.
Pumpernickel Productions. We're gonna put that at the bottom of the screen
Yeah, put it in the description.
Definitely. Pumpernickel Productions, and this guy's really smart. And so your suggestions are to bring some games, right? Anything else? I mean, we have good internet here, so there's that. You can play, you can have fun with any internet type stuff.
Go on the hikes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on the hikes, swimming.
And if you have an instrument, like you could bring it too.
That's cool. An instrument.
I couldn't bring my instrument; it's too big.
What's your instrument?
Tuba.
Tuba is a little big.
Yeah, but if you have any instruments, of course we have flutes here and drums and things too. We do have some instruments here.
What
But
about
that's great.
coconut machete? That's your favorite activity, right? I remember very first time. Talk about it.
Opening coconuts.
Yeah, it's
All the
If you-
women need help with that.
If you have
so.
a friend that really annoys you, you can print a piece of paper or like take a paper and put it on the coconut and write that person's name and just smash it down.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Yep. No, we're not gonna do that one. But I mean, it is a way. The cutting open a coconut with a machete is a good way to relieve stress, though. That's no doubt about that.
It's proven that that's the one activity guys do that increases your testosterone the most.
Yep.
And he was able to do it when he was 10-year-old. He's been doing it since he was 10 years old.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also, we play with the dogs a lot, right? We've got 3 dogs here that are really great, and Jay really enjoyed playing with them too. So, guys, it's been great. It's really been awesome having both of you for a month. We had a lot of laughs, both of us. You know, we had a good times. Oh, and thanks for making Indian night. We had a couple of Indian nights, and this guy, I mean, you know, he stayed. Well, I think the one night you had a little cheat with it.
Yes.
And then the other time you did
No,
not.
I didn't, yeah.
But man, Indian night, and because he can cook, he's a pretty damn good cook. Indian night was amazing. Thank you so much for that, teaching Sophia how to do that stuff.
Yeah. I still
Wow.
need to write the recipes. I will do that before I go.
And Jay,
Nice.
you ate so well. Every night, Sophia made you dinner. You ate
Yep.
well.
Yeah, he ate every night, almost every night, except yesterday. When this garlic rice I was not able to do it during the lunchtime, so I did the garlic rice for the dinner. So only yesterday he skipped the dinner.
The garlic rice was amazing last night. It was really good. Everyone had some strong garlic breath, though. But thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you again. And out there again, you know, if you're thinking, oh, I can't go for a month because I have a teenage son or daughter. Well, there's a possibility. I would say, you know, maybe if you rented a car and they like to play sports or whatever, you could take them to the sports complex. Or they like to do things like the Rubik's Cube and games and cards and things of that nature.
Learn how to swim.
And learn how to swim. I mean, there's activities that can be done so that your son and daughter can have a really good time. So give that some thought. All right, guys, love you.
30 days felt like literally 3-4 days. That's how I'm feeling, and that's how he's feeling.
Wow.
Went by fast.
And it went by so
So
fast.
30 days felt like 3 or 4 days to him. It goes by quick.
We got a lot of good work done in 30 days.
Yep. We love you guys. We love
Thank
them.
you.
We'll
Thank
see them
you.
again.
Thank you.
Bye, Farmer Life family.
Bye.